So Peter and I found this really fun hill to play on our way in to the Cow Creek Trail. And so he's just kind of playing, checking out the setup, making sure everything is going all right. So looks like the Knight's not going to have an issue with this hill. It's just very steep. It's hard to see in the video, but it's very steep, kind of loose, a little bit rocky. Just more of the fun things to play with, not quite as challenging. Goes up to the top and then it dumps out the other side. Oh, he actually found some soft dirt. I wasn't expecting that. We don't have the lockers engaged. He's just open and free spin. Uh-oh. There he goes. He's turning the lockers on. Apparently, it's a little bit, it's very, very dry, and it's very powdery, so I'm guessing that had a lot to do with why the lockers were needed in that spot, because it's not exactly a challenging section.
Just the front locker.
Just more or less steep. As you can see the angle that the truck is at. There was a Jeep behind us, but I think he decided to go down the other side because he saw us playing on the hill. So sadly, the Cow Creek Road is actually closed because people unfortunately trashed it with beer bottles and rigs and all sorts of garbage. When we were up here 2 years ago with the RV, we actually had to, or we actually cleaned up our campsite because there was more than a trash bag full of trash. So I have to say I'm not surprised that they shut it down. He's just more or less testing out the truck, seeing what we can do before we put the camper on there and really try and take it into some of the more extreme areas. Still doesn't have the back end suspension built, but that'll happen soon. Not too bad.
Traction.
Yeah.
That's just the front locker.
See how the lockers are working. A little concerned. We don't have quite enough height on that back end just yet. So that rear suspension obviously still needs to be adjusted and given some height. We're going to play with the shelf over here. Once we get the rear suspension settled, the back end will be a lot higher, so hopefully we won't be dragging on everything. Oh, this stuff is so dry. It's kind of gross. Ooh, we might be dragging. That is so soft. It's not so much the height of this, it's just, as you can see,
Are both
all
tires
dirt.
spinning?
Yep, both tires are spinning.
Both tires in the front spinning?
Do it again. I think they are. I think all four. It's just, it's so soft dirt. You're just not getting any traction.
So that was a fun little adventure, and now we're airing back up, and you can see it's a competition. I've got one air compressor. Faith has the other air compressor.
I do.
How far are you along?
I'm about 10 pounds from 50.
Ooh, I'm almost there, so I think I'm gonna beat you on the front tire.
I think you are too. I think you got attached faster.
We
than me.
each have our own hose and our own tire pressure gauge, so we Go to
Race.
town. Race. Which side can go up first?